Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the top 5 games that are going to be released in November and December 2020. So before we jump into them, hit the like and subscribe to IWI for a variety of gaming related content. Feel free to provide any feedback to help us make this channel better. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is the 12th major installment in the Assassin's Creed series. You play as Eivor, a Viking raider who becomes embroiled in a conflict between the Brotherhood of Assassins and the Templar Order. You have the choice of playing Eivor as a male or female and is able to customize Eivor's hair, war paint, clothing, armor and tattoos. The variety of weapons available has been expanded and combat has been changed to allow dual wielding of almost any weapon, including shields. Every piece of gear that the player collects is unique. There will be more focus on the stealth aspects for both traversing the game world and in combat. For example, Eivor can hide from enemies not only in stationary environmental objects, but can pull down their hood and slip into certain crowds to use them as cover. Eivor can feign death, use their raven to distract guards, and can access a hidden blade for near instantaneous assassinations. The development team aims to introduce a wider range of enemy archetypes to Valhalla than in previous Assassin's Creed titles, as they wanted players to be continually surprised by the game even after playing for 10 hours. Enemy archetypes will have their own special abilities that they can use against the player. The game will also see the return of settlements. Quests will start and finish in a settlement, and the player will be able to direct construction of certain types of buildings, which in turn provides benefits for gameplay. In addition, the player can forge diplomatic weddings to form relationships between clans in the community. Assassin's Creed Valhalla aims to be released on the 10th of November, with PS5 version to be released on the 12th of November. Destiny 2 Beyond Light is an upcoming major expansion for Destiny 2, a FPS video game. It is scheduled to be released on 10th November as a 5th expansion of Destiny 2. You will travel to Jupiter's icy moon Europa to confront the darkness, which will become a new power. The expansion will also see the return of the Exo Stranger from the original Destiny's campaign, as well as the Fenyx. Some of the less played locations and activities from Destiny 2 will be removed from the game, while locations and activities previously explored in the original Destiny, such as Earth Cosmodrome, will return. Beyond Light will be the first expansion of Destiny 2 to be released on newer platforms, namely the PS5 and Xbox Series X. A new elemental damage type, Stasis, which uses the power of the darkness to cause icy base damage, will also be introduced. The ability tree for Stasis will be highly customizable, allowing for more player choice and flexibility. Game director Luke Smith said that these new customization options are an experiment to see how things goes, which means that they may later add these options to the existing subclasses. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is planned for release on the 13th of November. Time is set during the early 1980s of the Cold War. Its campaign follows CIA officer Russell Adler as he pursues an alleged Soviet spy, Perseus, whose stated goal is to subvert the United States and tilt the balance of power towards the Soviet Union. Multiple player modes see the most upgrades in this release. This includes new game modes, more extensive customization, and new map dynamics and elements. Apart from the traditional 6v6 maps, it is now also able to accommodate a larger 12v12 combat. The game also introduced a new game mode named Fire Team, which can support up to 40 players. Create a class function uses a similar system to the one in Modern Warfare with two major differences. So the few upgrades are implemented as part of the class loadouts, and each class has a wildcard choice for more primary attachments, more perks, more grenade equipment, or mixing and matching any weapons type in any slot. It will also support cross-platform play. In addition, the progression system for multiplayer will be integrated with Warzone, meaning that the gears and weapons unlocked in Cold War can be used in Warzone and vice versa. Black Ops Cold War will also feature a cooperative zombie mode, which I'm sure many of you are looking forward to. Chicago 1922. Prohibition is in full swing, but so is the mob. Al Capone has just come to town and is bringing with him furious ambition and bloodlust to match. Empire of Sin casts you as one of the 14 mob bosses, all competing to take over the most districts in Chicago by any means necessary, be it diplomacy, bribery or violence. The game starts you off in Chicago's Little Italy neighborhood. You fight your way up by taking over records, often by force, raiding the building with your gangsters and whatever mob of henchmen you have recruited. Battles play out where units can move into cover and blast at foes, using action points to shoot, reload and move. The showcase of enemies' injuries and death can be pretty brutal, where you can observe enemies being slammed into surfaces and walls in ridiculous bloody fashion when they are being killed by gunfire. Outside of combat, the most interesting element is the emergent storytelling that rises out of the character's traits, which occur based on one of your choices. Have one of your characters execute foes too often, and they can gain the Crow trait, becoming a serial killer who offs one of your other gang members. If you have two gang members that fight alongside one another, they could fall in love or develop unrequited affection that has an impact on combat. The compelling character traits and fun combat are married by the micromanagement strategy, which has you upgrading your various establishments to extend your rule over Chicago. You can bribe the police to keep raids away, make your bars fancier to attract richer clientele, and hire security to fend off other gang members. You can also call a sit down with other bosses you're having trouble with to try and end things peacefully or by force. You can even poison your own liquor and sell it to allied factions to weaken them for your own gains. There are just so many options for actions, which all the more enhance your experience of being a mobster. Immortals is an action-adventure video game played from a third-person perspective. At the beginning of the game, you can customize the gender, the voice and the appearances of Fenyx, which you can also do at any point of the game. The game is set in a large open world consisting of 7 distinct regions inspired by Greek gods. Your character is accompanied by a companion bird named Phosphor, which can identify locations of interest in the map. Fenyx can traverse the world quickly, and as you explore the world, you will encounter rifts which would teleport them to the Vaults of Tartarus, which are a series of platforming challenges that require players to utilize both Fenyx combat and transversal abilities. There are 2 modes of melee attack, and Fenyx can also use bows and arrows to defeat enemies. You need to manage Fenyx stamina during combat, as they will become exhausted when she attacks successively. As you progress in the game, you will be able to unlock powerful godlike abilities. For instance, Fenyx can unlock airy spears which thrust enemies into the air. Armor and weapons can also be upgraded by collecting sufficient crafting resources in the game's world. Interestingly enough, the game director Scott Phillips added that the project originated from a software bug the team discovered during the development of Odyssey, which changed the humans on the player's crew into giant cyclops. And then they decided that it would be a good idea to create a separate game that embraces the mythological side of Greece. Due to the positive reception of Odyssey, Ubisoft management agreed to greenlight the project, and the game is set to be released on the 3rd of December. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video and are looking forward to the top 5 game releases coming November and December. Subscribe to us to keep up to date with the best gaming content, accessories, tech and fashion. IWI, Institute of Wild Imaginings, will be looking forward to share with you more varieties of gaming content.